The Brothers of Liberty, here to remind you what true freedom is. Hello, and welcome to another edition of the Brothers of Liberty with the older brother Kelton here. Last week, about last week, 2 weeks ago, something like that, there was a leak for the Supreme Court draft about the Roe Vs Wade and how the Supreme Court may overturn it. And of course, President Biden weighed in, and every other Democrat weighed in, and Republican weighed in. And come to find out, yeah, there was protesters against it, protesters for it too. Now, with that being said, media is making a big deal about, oh, look at the Republicans doing this and that, but they want to forget 1982. Joe Biden voted for a constitutional amendment to overturn Roe vs. Wade and make it a state issue. Doesn't want to make it a state issue no more because he might hurt his voting base, right? Of course, he doesn't know what he's saying anymore because he said a lot of stuff that the media just sweeps under the rug, but I guarantee if Trump said it, they would be all over it. That's the bias in our media. And of course, speaking of the media, there are really, focusing on the Roe versus Wade and the Supreme Court and, White House not telling people not to protest at the Supreme Court Justice's house. So I guess we should protest at the White House and every house that a Democrat lives in, right? Oh, I'm sorry. You call that terrorism, right? Even though it's peaceful, and it's the Antifa who starts the violence, right? Just saying, my opinion. Always show me proof. But what the media is not pointing out is the 80,000 more pages that was released around the same time as the Roe vs. Wade leak. I wonder if that was intentional, so they can't show you how harmful the vaccine is. Don't take my word for it. Read those pages that Pfizer released. Like I said, all my stuff is just opinions. Do the research, Google it, DuckDuckGo, Result Hunter, whatever search engine you use, research it. Research all those 80,000 pages. You know you won't. You'll just believe what CNBC says or MSN says, and they could say that the water's lava and you'll never go touch water again. But that's just the mentality of our society these days. You believe what you hear, but not what you see, or do your own research. If you did your own research, you might learn something. That's what's called education, not indoctrination. Indoctrination happens even through the media. It's like someone said, you want to end the pandemic? Turn off the news. If you want to end stupidity, turn off the news. I'm always for people doing their own research here. I always tell people to do their own research, and I say if you find something, send it to me. Have a debate about it. I never said I'm always right. That's why I always mention these are my opinions, because there may be some things I'm not right on, but I made me feel strongly about. And the whole point is we can have a normal discussion so we can see the error of our ways. But to the Democrats and the media, the error of the ways is if you vote Republican. You have to be a Democrat to be a good American. But yet they're the ones murdering everybody, right? They're the ones who call anybody who's for the Constitution a terrorist, who believe in the Second Amendment a terrorist. But mind you, two Democrats in a couple years apart said that, oh, you have guns, we have nukes. Who you should be more afraid of? The one who's threatening to use a nuke to kill not only the enemy, but their own people? Remember, no Republican said that. Caldwell, Biden. Should I go on? Won't the media ever portray that or show that? They don't want to, because then it will hurt their narrative. And we know the media is owned by the big corporations and stuff, which is why they'll never get shut down. They're in bed with the government. And all the independent or local ones get stomped out. Because God forbid if someone thinks for themselves. Can't have that in a free country. So why don't you look at those Pfizer documents, because the media is telling you to look right, and we should be looking left. Why did that come out the same time the Pfizer documents came out? That release. Like I always say, look the other direction if the media wants you to look somewhere else. And that's just my opinion. What's yours? Like, share, subscribe, comment on it. And if you have any topics, brotherliberty76@gmail.com. I'd love to hear from you. And if you go through our description, you'll see all of our other links of Parler, Rumble. We have Facebook as well. And you can always post an opinion there or make a comment there and send us messages through there as well. And once again, this is the older brother Liberty reminding you what true freedom is and ought to be.